should not be an amplifier, but it is, and he describes a relay.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Gals, welcome back to the channel. Dogs, cats, mice, birds, whoever happens to be watching, you're all greatly appreciated. So gonna swing away from some of the farming stuff for this video and do an unboxing video, box I have in front of me, and it's gonna be sort of technical stuff. So let me throw this in here and I'll be right back. All right, so a little more of a technical video, amateur radio related video, networking and some stuff like that throw in there. So if you guys are just pure farm stuff only, might not be a video for you, but I am going to talk about some networking stuff and some things like that. I'll do a series of these videos because this is just the first box that I've gotten in of one part for a bigger system. So what is the project at hand? So the project at hand is doing some networking using some amateur radio stuff, and if I can remember the name of it here in a minute, I'll tell you what it is, but it just slipped out of my mind. So the amateur radio hobby in the United States has some allocations, some frequency allocations at the 2.4 gigahertz area, just above sort of the Wi-Fi stuff, and also at the 5 gigahertz band, which is just above the Wi-Fi stuff there. So we're part 91, and the Wi-Fi stuff for everybody that you can buy is part 15, but I think I got that right. So what we're going to do, AREDN, Amateur Radio Emergency Data Network or something like that, or AREDN, A-R-E-D-N. And so we are going to use some ubiquity gear and some hotspots and some different things to set up network. I'm doing one here at the farm in Freetown. And what I hope to do is link in my fire station, which is about 2.2 kilometers away, link it to my house. There's a fiber at the fire department. I've got fiber at my house, and I got a friend over here that lives about a kilometer away that also has a fiber run to his house. And the goal of the whole thing is to have a redundant backup, primarily for the firehouse. If we'd ever have an emergency operation run out of there, and that fiber connection would go down, because all of our fiber out here is strung across the poles, so it's up in the air. So it's really conceivable that a falling tree limb would take out the fiber feed for any of these particular places. But we're far enough apart from each other that one probably wouldn't go down at the same time as the others. So this AREDN network that I'm setting up will provide a redundant backup. So if you're sitting at the firehouse, you'll still get the internet. If my internet's out here, I'll still get the internet. And not like typical internet. It's just for emergency traffic and stuff like that only, amateur radio stuff only. So you wouldn't really be shopping Amazon and ordering parts and, you know, surfing, you know, Facebook and stuff like that. It would be more for like emergency stuff. And we could put IP phones in the system too, so we could do voice over IP system, IP phones. And then ultimately we want to link between here and Bedford and Bloomington and maybe French Lick, depending on what we get. My uncle lives down there. He's an amateur radio operator. He might be interested in doing some stuff and some other things. And it'll all be, it's all like an own private network. And if it needs to hunt internet, it'll go to any one of those nodes and see who has the internet and find the best route to get to that and stuff like that. So anyway, the first box is in today, and I'm going to open it up. And I know what's in this box, but you guys don't. There, use that later. Okay, so now I'll take these box out. This is two of the same thing, so try not to knock anything over with this big box. And that goes over there. So UI.com and AirMax Omni. It is an antenna for 5 gigahertz. So let's see. This is the antenna that'll actually go on my M5 rocket, which for more or less it's just like a Wi-Fi router that's sends stuff out over the air. It doesn't have a bunch of ports on it and stuff like a regular router does, but we'll show you that when it comes in. So packed up pretty good here. These are about what I pay for these, about $112 each. And so this is the antenna itself. I mean, it'll go like this. Anyway, it goes up and down, but for you guys to see it really good, this is the antenna. The M5 rocket will attach right here, and then there are two coaxial connections here for the coax feed that will come in here. Oh, that's a little loose, so let's to check that out. So the coax will feed from my M5 rocket that's sitting down here up to here, and that's it. And have the connectors, the coax connectors. These have the little fittings on them that it'll go into there. And I got one for that one, and I got another one there for this one, and then that'll feed down onto the rocket. And I got mounting brackets to mount it to my tower, and I got the mounting hardware. So I got two of these. So what I'll do first is set both of my systems up, both of these up here on the farm, and get them talking to each other and connected to each other. And then I will take one of them up to the firehouse and see if by chance I could get from the firehouse to here without a directional antenna at the firehouse. But I don't think that's going to be possible. But then I could go down to my buddy's house that's about 1 kilometer away and see if I can get connectivity across them from here. Ultimately, so I bought this one is going to be at my house, and my house is sort of going to be a hub for the other locations around Freetown, 2 of them right now, and then it'll have directional antennas that point back to this antenna, and this is an omnidirectional antenna, so it picks up signals equally in all direction. A directional antenna then would sort of like point at or have a beam that goes to where you want to connect with. And you can have a directional antenna pointing to an omnidirectional antenna from any direction, or you can have 2 beam antennas pointing at each other, and then so it'll be a better connection. And the benefit of a beam antenna is it directs all the energy in one direction. With an omnidirectional antenna, it puts all the energy in equal amounts around it. So happy to get this stuff in. It's a pretty cool little instruction book. I'll probably look at one point, but maybe not. No instruction book. First thing you do with the instruction book is you throw it away. So I should be getting the rest of my stuff in to tomorrow, actually. So, but you know, as much as I'm going to want to play with this, I'm not going to be able to play with this because back in farming news, while I package this back up, I got a call from my person at my local county office for the National Resource Conservation Service earlier today, and I've got an appointment to get my high tunnel inspected in a week from today. It's Wednesday, so a week from, well, next Wednesday, she's going to come out and take a look at it. And they basically look at the spec sheet for the high tunnel that came from the manufacturer, make sure that it fits the definition of what my grant proposal said, and they make sure that it was put together and put up according to the manufacturer's instructions, and then that it's in use. And I actually did some planning today, and I got to go get some soaker hose to put in that. So, okay, that's it, guys. A little unboxing, some technical stuff here. If you're interested in the AREDN network, some Wi-Fi over amateur radio, the Air Max stuff and things like that, and Ubiquity. This isn't the only thing that you can use, the Ubiquity products, but you basically overwrite the firmware that comes with the router or whatever. But all right, guys, take care, and I will talk with you later.